Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Winners Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Tuesday, the 15th. It's tax day. We're just talking about taxes off air before we got the show. But listen, you might have to give a little back today, but we're going to make sure you get it all back with some NBA playing game winners here on Tuesday and Wednesday and regular playoff games on Saturday we'll talk about as well. Before we get to those, you know what you got to do here. Number one, you're coming in, you got to hit the like button. Say, oh, look, it's Higgs, Fargo, and Bitler. Let me hit the like button. The guys are back today. Let's see what they got to talk about. So hit the like button. Notification bells on. So you know we come in with NBA free picks, Major League Baseball. Maybe there'll be some rando hockey talk next week at the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe not for me. Maybe from, Brian, Doug.
That's the only thing I can hit lately is the hockey.
We tap it all here. We tap it all here. So put that notification bell on so you know when the free picks are coming at you across the board in the sports. But again, these are our free plays. Okay, these are free pick plays. We want to win them all, but sometimes we don't. I just throw these games out to everybody. They're not their premium plays. They're not their best bets. And if they are the best bets, they tell you, hey, head over to our sponsor, gamblersworld.net. That is where you find all of our top plays. Whether it's in the playing game today, maybe it's Major League Baseball. Maybe one of the gents has a Saturday game up for you already. Like, you know what? Move on this puppy before the lines get moving on you. Gamblersworld.net for all the best bets from us three and 13 other top handicappers. There's win-losses. There's a leaderboard. All sports mentioned there for you. 3, 7, 30-day packages are guaranteed. We show you a profit over that time, or we credit you back and you go at it again. You want to use the same guy? Like, oh, man, this guy was 500. We're down a couple units, but he's been hot. Or maybe move to somebody else. Hello. You see the records of the guys here with the leaderboards as well. Also, Daily Pass, which is great for, say, I don't know, Saturday when you got NBA playoffs and a bunch of Major League Baseball, you might want a Daily Pass for $69.99. Or you say, you know what? I hate baseball. It's too boring. I'm an NBA guy. Get the NBA postseason package, $279. And I'm basically taking it like the Hall of Fame game by the time the NBA playoffs finish. I think it finishes at the end of June or something. I mean, we're only right into football season with the NBA nowadays. $279, gamblersworld.net, NBA playoff package up right now. You do not want to miss out on that. And what you don't want to miss out on is sticking around right now because we're going to talk about Tuesday play-in, Wednesday play-in, and wherever the road takes us. Brian Bitler in the house here. How are you, Brian? What's going on here today on Tuesday, and how's the weekend? And do you have you moved on any Saturday NBA yet?
Oh, no. I'm a more of a day by day guy, because sometimes you'll move on a weekend game and you'll have some customers that'll complain, hey, I didn't get that line, But anyway, as far as how I've been doing lately, winning day yesterday, NBA 22-13, 64% run, NHL 22-8, 73% run. But Major League Baseball, I've been in the toilet, probably hitting about 30% on the year. But it's a long season. Take it day by day, and hopefully we can get moving back in the right direction.
Listen, it is a grind betting every day. I know there's those out in the world. We talk about this all the time here. Your Instagram, TikTok clowns, Twitter's like, oh, Discord world. Look at this. I'm 87-2 in Major League Baseball this year. Right? Stop. Just stop with that nonsense, people. Don't fall for that okey doke. All right. If you're betting, you're going to lose quite a few games. That's a lot of fallacies in this business. A lot of jokers out there. Matt Fargo, not a joker. He's a serious guy. He's got Vlad Guerrero signed up for his career, but Vlad has yet to hit a home run yet in 2 weeks.
It's unreal, right? The top of that lineup is. I think they have one home run now. Santander has one. I don't think Bichette has one yet either. So yeah, the offense is they're hitting the ball. They just can't score runs. And tough loss to the Braves yesterday, but anyway, I had a good weekend of baseball. Gave some back yesterday. The Royals killed me once again. I have to get off them. That offense is pathetic right now. I don't know what's going on. They couldn't get to Carrasco, who came in with a 7.2 ERA or something absurd. Like, yeah, I have to lay off of the Royals for a little bit. But I have 3 games going tonight in the baseball world. One playing game as well. 5-1 NBA run. Looking forward to a good playoff season as well, like we had last year. And yeah, like I said, it's a grind every day, but we keep moving forward.
I had yesterday some Ribby props for the Royals. I'm typing them now because you talk about Carrasco. How I had Garcia and Massey and Isabel. Two guys got scratched, so that's fine. But Massey and Garcia, I think they left like 6 guys on combined. Come on, 2 out Ribbies sitting out there, ducks on a pond. Knock these guys in. Cooker Carrasco can't score against them. Terrible, terrible KC. But what are you going to do? It happens. It happens. All right. Forget about MLB. NBA focused. We are laser, like a laser, as they say. It's NBA now. The motto used to be, it's fantastic. It should be NBA playoffs. Now it's for real. Because now, I guess, guys are going to take the game serious. No load management tonight. We're going to rock it out here. Game number 1, Hawks and Magic. We go with Matt Fargo with this one here. Magic, 5.5, 219. We saw them play on Sunday. Again, it's a Sunday game, last game of the year. Does it matter anywhere else to do that? I don't know. Me personally, I want to grab a little first half under in this action. The Hawks, to me, I know they don't play defense, but all these playing games, all 4 of them, these totals have all come down 2-3 points. So I don't know if that's just guys trying to manipulate the line a little bit, or is it, you know what? It's NBA playoffs, and guys are going to be a little tighter. They're going to be a little more focused, driven on setting up plays and not just running up and down and firing away. I like the under first half here. This is, again, folks, we're going to cover them all. We might have a pick on the game. We might not have a pick on the game. I leave it to Matt and Brian to do as they wish. Matt Fargo, you are first up here in this puppy. What do you think about Magic and the Hawks?
Yeah, I'm not a big totals guy, but I do agree with you in this case with the play-in games. I think these teams are going to play pretty close to the vest. This one will come down to tempo. Like you said, Atlanta doesn't play defense, where Orlando wants to play slow. And playing at home, I think they can dictate the tempo. So the first half under, I like the under the total game as well. As far as the side goes, the Atlanta Orlando game on Sunday meant nothing. With starters resting, all that stuff. But Orlando's playing pretty well right now. Besides that game, they had won 5 straight prior to that, and decent on their home floor. They're pretty healthy, with the exception of Suggs, obviously. And Atlanta goes by Trae Young. If Trae Young's hot, they can put up 130. If he's not, they'll get blown out. So, with him having a few days off, I think he'll be kind of fresh in this game. So he will put up his shots like he always does. And, it's going to come down to him and whether Atlanta can build around him in this game at all. And I don't have a play in this game. I would lean Orlando just for the simple fact of the home floor. And, the last time they played here, they beat Atlanta by 7 as a 4-point favorite. Now they're laying 5. So it might be a little bit of value on the Hawks. But I do agree with you. I think they can dictate the tempo and keep this one low scoring.
You mentioned Young, would you be opposed to doing a player prop with him of like a points, or would you just go PRA or anything with that? Are you a big prop guy for the NBA?
Yeah, it depends. It depends who it is, and if it's PRA is the way to go. With Young, it's he's hit or miss with his shooting, and if he can get hot, he can easily go over. He's just he's the walk-on. He's a tough one to figure out. He doesn't play any defense. He's all about scoring. But if he gets cold, he gets really cold. So that's the concern. And if Atlanta wins this game, it has to be on his shoulders.
There you go. Atlanta Hawk talk here with Trae Young. He's going to be the man here if the Magic got to advance to the loser bracket on Friday, right? That's where we go to. We win out of here, and it's the NBA. Brian, what do you think about Hawks Magic, and the fact that you win to go play the Battle of Losers on Friday?
Yeah, it's hard to understand what's going on in the NBA, but
I don't understand. I don't get it.
As far as this game goes, it's the least of the ones that I like. I probably could get talked into the other side. But for me, I'm going to lean towards the Atlanta Hawks. I think we do have defense versus offense here. I think Orlando will try to dictate the pace. And this is a big home matchup. They've probably been waiting for a while to get this playoff opportunity. But I just think it's going to be a one possession game, and I'm going to jump in now at the 5.5 because I don't think you're going to get much better than 5.5 in this matchup. So for me, it's a lean to the Hawks plus the points.
Oh, Brian likes the Hawks a little bit.
Just a lean slightly. Matt
Slightly
could probably
lean,
talk me off of it.
I'm not. I'm just writing down a lean right here, just so I can
Lean.
something to recap at the end of the show if we're gonna give out
just a
something
lean.
on the games here. Again, I'd be more on the little slow start. I'm looking for unders here. First half, first quarter, slow start into these games. But there's that slight lean sidewise here to the Hawks. Game number 2, the Grizzlies and the Warriors. This line keeps going up here. It is 5, now 7. It was 231, now 228, 228 and a half. On the move in Golden State. We talked about this one yesterday. I told the guys, I said, am I crazy to think Memphis? I said, John Morant doesn't have his head on screwed straight, but Jackson, I think, is a leader of that team. And why can't they hang here? It keeps getting pushed up. Is it just that Curry's mysterious thumb injury is fine, although they benched him at the end of the game? I don't know why the guy's out for whatever. That's just a whole question mark of I get let's run a decoy play and not have Steph Curry, who's got 36 points on the game, not shoot, whatever. I don't know. But you got Curry and Butler and Green. It's the old guys. We're coming through. Are they just going to switch it on now in the playoffs because it's playoffs? Like, why is this a 7, Brian? What's that? I think Memphis could win. I mean, this is a team that was pretty well most of the year, and then it just kind of fell off a cliff for a while there. But the talent is still there with Memphis, no? 7 points?
Yeah, for me, this is the game I like a little bit more. I like the Golden State Warriors. I just think this line seems a little high, and I think they're trying to tempt you into the Memphis Grizzlies. And it's a tale of 2 seasons because Golden State had a strong second half. Memphis seems to be fading. I just think Golden State here has double-digit win written all over it.
But as
Memphis
you
just hasn't looked right.
I'm looking. So the line it's high, but it wasn't this high to start. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where I know how you guys look at it. Like, sometimes for a game, I want it to be at like some point, a price point. I'll say it's either gonna be a 4 or a 6 or something. If it opens to 4 and goes to 6, do I want did I lose my value because it's gone up? Like, who's moving it? Why is it moving? Am I late to the party? Like, this one moves from the opener. Like, do you look at it as, boy, 7 are kind of begging you to take the Grizzlies, or do you look at it as it was 5? That's where it should have been. Now is it off of where I would have played the Warriors?
I try to look at it, where it opened up at, and then what some of the betting sites like BetMGM are saying the money's coming in at, and they're supposedly coming in on the Grizzlies a little bit more heavy early. So this line's only moving the other direction. So for me, it points towards a Golden State Warriors play as far as the money goes.
Mm-hmm. Matt Fargo, what are your thoughts on this one here?
Yeah, Brad brings up a good point about a little reverse line movement in this one. I actually have a premium on this game, but I can make a case for both sides right here. Golden State coming off pretty short turnaround, coming off the overtime game against the Clippers where they lost. And now that, like you said, they're laying 7. These teams played April 1st or 2nd, April 1st, and Golden State was favored by 4 points to close at 4.5. Is that right? No, that's not. Close at 3.5. So now they're laying 7. That's a big jump from 2 weeks ago. And, part of the reason is I think, it's Golden State, and they will be probably a publicly bet team here. So, but coming off that turnaround from Sunday could be a bit of a problem. The Curry thumb, who knows? Green got hurt. He came back in. Butler got hurt with his knee. He came back in. So they'll all play whether they're 100% or not. It's kind of unknown right now. But when you look at the Memphis side, man, since the end of January, they played 12 teams that are either Western Conference teams that are either in the playoffs or in the play-in tournament. They've gone 2-10. Only 2 wins against Dallas. One was the last game of the season where no starters played for either team. And the first one was back in early March. No Anthony Davis. Dallas was, shorthanded in that game. So those are only 2 wins, and they lost the 10 games by 13.5 points per game. against all the other Western Conference playoff teams. So they can't beat good teams right now. That's the concern. If you want to take the points with Memphis, they've just gotten destroyed in this game. So you can make a case for both sides, but I do have a premium this game if you want to get the in-depth analysis on it.
So one last thing here, Brian. You said what was the split? You said was on the money was on Memphis over there.
I think I've seen 57%. As far as the bets go, BetMGM usually updates the numbers throughout the day, and then there's a couple other places that update numbers throughout the day.
But
I'll have to look at it later.
That was 50% of the handle on Memphis. You said.
Yep.
I see. I question all of these things when I see that, because on the DK site, you know what they have 60% on Golden State for the spread.
Trying to look to see if they have any updated numbers here.
I always find, especially when football people are like, oh, you gotta, it's a public favor, this, that. I'm like, these, I don't kind of dwell into what the books put out like that. Like, are they getting a lot of action because of the teams playing, and like, what is the line at that sports book, right? 'Cause let's be honest, some of these states have sports betting now, and they're going to get skewed totally crazy. You're in New Jersey, that Giant and Eagle money line and point spread is going to be Jets, whoever, Yankees, you name it, it's going to be skewed one way.
Actually, it looks like I'm off a little bit. The last updated numbers was at 15 hours ago, and they had it basically almost 50-50. So I was wrong about that.
I wasn't trying to call you. I'm just like,
no, I wanted to make sure, because you were right when you mentioned that about the other one. It made me wonder, well, what the hell's wrong with this number here? So.
It's just because you see that on social media, like, oh, X% of the bets are on this, and they have some whoever book they're using, and then you can just go and check out other ones, and it's totally different.
My first thought was the line seemed high, that Memphis, they were getting a ton of points to me. A little bit more than what I thought they should be getting. So then secondarily, then I look into how the betting market is looking.
Exactly. So is that why it's it's and this goes back, and we've talked about this before, and we're going to I'll go off a little tangent here in our middle of our pick show. Legalized betting totally changes how you got to look at these things. Now I think the opener matters. You have people on TV and socials and all this other nonsense. They tell you one thing. It definitely skews percentages of bets. I can't look at those. I can't, because I got some wacky guy on IG or TikTok with 200,000 followers says something ludicrous, and you have all this dumb money coming in, and they don't care. I saw a split the other day. What was this Dodgers split the other day? They were minus like 305, and a take back on the Rockies was like 240. 60-cent split. Like, I'm old enough to remember. Forget about 340s. If a team was laying 220, Maddox was laying 220 to somebody, you were getting $2 or even $2.10 back on the other side of that. Now we're talking 50, 60-cent spreads. These books here, they don't care. Everybody's betting. We'll keep betting it up because somebody that are watching is doing a little dance and saying, take this team because of what? And these momos are still betting it up like, I don't know. That's my little TikTok dance.
I was going to say, you're right. It used to be like 180, at the very least. You're right, and it's come down quite a bit. You're right about that.
It used to be, at worst, in the old days, you get 20 cents. And you'd be like, all right, whatever, it's good. Now 40, 50, 60-cent different spreads. It's terrible. But you know what? They don't care, because the people who are betting now never bet in the 90s or 80s, for that matter, or even in the early 2000s offshore stuff, right? So they have no clue. And they're all public backers anyway. They don't care. I'm laying 4.5 minus 125. Well, it should be laying 110. Forget about the fact that a year ago it would have been 3, but it's out here in the universe that all these influencers are saying to take, and it just totally, again,
if you're laying minus 125 on a minus points every single day, eventually that catches up to you.
That adds up. And I get, again, we see, and I'm sort of friends with the one guy, He's like, oh, if you're laying 115, 120, you're an amateur better, but yet he'll go and lay 9,000 money lines. You don't know any bet. Like 115, I'm happy if you got to lay 115. That's almost like a good number minus 115 now if you're taking a money line on something, right? I mean, there's hardly any 105s. I mean, 110s, right? Everything's basically a 115, 120 now.
Yep.
But people don't understand, if you're betting 1,000 games, that's going to add up 15 cents, an extra 5 cents or 10 cents.
Yep.
You need a couple more.
It cuts into your margin. If you're hitting 55, 56%, if you keep on losing that minus 120, it eats into your profits.
52.5. That was the 52.5. Now I think you probably need to be closer to about 53% or even maybe 54 on the whole.
Yeah, especially during baseball season, like we brought up before, 162 games. You're putting in, yourself included, probably 500 to 600 games for the whole season, and it adds up. It adds up quickly.
If you're getting 115 instead of 125, and you're laying 140 instead of 125, man, it hurts. It hurts. All right, mini mid-show rant here. If you stuck around, like button, notification bells on for the free pick videos. And again, Gamblers World.net for our best bets. Matt, as you said, it's got a premium play on this Golden State game tonight versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Head on over there to gamblersworld.net for that guy. And listen, we'll be back tomorrow talking some NBA stuff, but I really don't want to jump into tomorrow's games because we won't have much to talk about tomorrow. But let's just talk about some Saturday action real fast here. Again, we could also broach on again tomorrow. We'll talk more about these 4 games. But any of these series prices, game ones kind of jump out to you? Let's be honest. The Clippers are the soup du jour, right? They're the team everybody's and I agree with that. I think Denver, no Murray's playing. That's a big loss for them. But do the Timberwolves have a shot versus the NBA franchise? I'm sorry, the Los Angeles Lakers, team NBA with Luka and LeBron. Like, they don't want this team to go far. They need views. Does Detroit stand a chance as a young squad versus the Knicks? And the Bucks, almost a 2-1 dog here against the Pacers. And they got the best guy on the floor, Brian Bitler. I mean, what do you think? Out of these 4, if maybe you did bet a series or you're looking at one, what is your favorite? What is your one that you think no one's going to be on, or any take on any of these 4 that you're kind of leaning to right now on Tuesday?
Yeah, I rarely go into days and days in advance. But as far as like first glances go, I would look at the Minnesota Timberwolves plus the points. LA Lakers, very good against the spread this year, and they're always one of the heavily bet teams, especially with LeBron James on there. I think Minnesota can keep this within a possession. So I think we might be able to get more than 5 if you wait Saturday. But I like the Timberwolves. And the other one would be the New York Knicks laying the points, just because Detroit's the fashionable. I like the Detroit Pistons. They've made me a lot of money this season. But I think that's a high line to me, and trying to scare me off the Knicks. I think the Knicks make a statement at home and win by 10. So I would go with the Knicks there.
The little up-and-comer Detroit team. Everybody's kind of high on them, overachievers. Let's take them. I get it. Matt, who are you? Who are you over there, Matt Fargo? I almost said Brian again.
I mesmerized them there for a
Yeah,
second.
I know. You guys both got gray shirts on. I'm looking like, who's this other guy? One guy's got glasses. I'm confused. I just drew a blank. Sorry there. Go ahead, Matt.
Looking at the series prices, Minnesota at plus 175. I think that's worth a good take. I think it's inflated because it is the Lakers, and they're playing good, obviously, with Luka, no doubt about it. They have the home court, but I think there's some good value there. Denver and the Clippers. This is a tough one to make out. Like, with the Clippers won 8 in a row now, is that right? And Denver obviously fired their coach, and I think that's a good thing that happened to them. They have the home floor here, minus 125, minus 113, minus 115. The series prices are actually pretty good for Denver. But as you said, the Clippers are going to be a very popular play heading into the postseason, and I get why. That one is kind of a toss-up for me. I love Indiana over Milwaukee. Roster-wise, I think they're going to bury the Bucks. Bucks are done. Lillard's out. Giannis is Giannis. We all know that, but Indiana, top to bottom, I think is a much better team. Minus 205, minus 210 for the series, I think is pretty reasonable. And Detroit, New York, man, I'm not even touching that series. I can't trust the Knicks. I don't know. They should beat Detroit. Obviously, they have had troubles against the tougher teams in the league. 0-10 against Boston, Cleveland, and OKC. So they can handle these, lesser teams for sure. But, laying 380 on a series, which they should win, but there's no way I'm going to invest that type of money, that type of price on the Knicks right now.
I saw that the Pistons were minus 140 plus 2 games. Now that, again, 140 is like the top of my food chain for baseball to lay. But I do think they can win a game or two. You're getting 7. Talk about a big number. And people are on the Pistons. You see them taking that 7, and it's kind of holding where it is. I don't know. I'm a Nick hater going back to John Starks and Anthony Mason.
It's tough to trust the Knicks at that number, but to me,
it is. It's a kind of a big number. And as Matt said, bro, they crushed the bad teams in Detroit. Let's be okay. They're improved, but they're not OKC or Cleveland or Boston or Clippers or Lakers or even Minnesota. Any of these kind of playoff teams, they're not on that level. They're clearly a bottom part of the team. You have your elite teams in the NBA, and then you got a big stack of. I was talking to somebody who's a big Laker fan, like, oh, the Lakers, we're the 3 seed. I'm like, fella, you're like 2 games separate the 2 seed and the 10 seed. Like they're all from 52 to 49 wins. There's that whole pack of trash in the middle of the NBA. Which I think anybody can beat anybody, right? That's
another thing that makes the rules a valuable series price, like Matt was talking about. For me, Luka only played in 28 games this year. It just takes a little pull of the groin or a slight problem for one of these key veterans for the Lakers, and all of a sudden Minnesota steals the game, and then they have the advantage. So,
they're a 2-man team. I don't know. Austin Reeves. Listen, I heard the same crap about Austin Reeves that I heard about Dalton Connect in November. Look at this. Connect scored 17 points. This guy's great. This is how we steal players. Fella. He's a rookie who had 2 good games. Austin Reeves, I don't think is an all-star kind of player. He's a nice player. But the fact of the matter is that the Lakers are a 2-man squad, and whoever they kick it to, whether it's Rui or Reeves or whoever, that person's going to score points because they're not worried about anybody else on that team. You got 2 triple-doubles walking who could go for 40 and 20, every one of them. LeBron and Luka go 40. One guy go 40, and they can both go 40, 15, and 10. And you're in a battle. Who cares about everybody? Those are the 2 guys to worry about. Anybody else is there. Someone will get hot and score some points. I don't think that makes you a good player. I think if you're in the NBA, you should be able to think a 15, 17, 21-foot jump shot with nobody on you. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm an old school guy who thinks that you should be able to hit a jump shot, in a free throw. I'm crazy like that. But, you know what I'm saying?
That's what made Larry Bird so good. The guy could hit jump shots, and he'd get on the line and hit high 80s.
That's it. It's a lost art, free throw shooting. Well, let's watch this. I can shoot a 35-foot 3. Okay, there's no skill in that. That's not a skill. At least as much as the isolation one-on-one kind of crap is bad. People hate it. It's like, oh, here we go. Play clock's running down. Let's go one-on-one. At least some guys had the skill to separate and knock down a jumper or a fadeaway, fall back like Dirk or somebody, or
Charles Barkley used to do that all the time. Back guys,
a little fall away, or they just get past you and dunk it. Those days are long gone. Now it's look at this. I got a blocking foul call, so I got 4 seconds to inbound the ball, and somebody's going to heave up a 3 at the top of the key. Yes, I don't know. All right, listen. Let's recap some of these games here. So, a little lean on the Hawks here from Brian in that Hawks Magic game. I said I kind of like Memphis here in the Golden State Memphis game, obviously. Matt has a top premium play going in the Memphis Golden State game. Brian, do you have a premium up today in the NBA or no? Nothing. What do you got?
Yeah, my best bet is in the NBA, but it's on a total. It's my titanium play 5-0, 5 straight best bet winners. You can get it at gamblersworld.net for $30.
Brian Bitler is on a 5-0 NBA run. Matt Fargo is on a 6-1 NBA run. I'm on a 1-0 NBA run because I won on Sunday with the Clippers. I'm limited with my NBA action. I don't do a lot of it, but that's just me. That's all right. You know why? Because if you head to gamblersworld.net, you'll see a lot of plays in the NBA. and in hockey and in Major League Baseball, and we've got you covered. All sports for you. Matt had a nice little golf article up for you if you're a golf lover, hitting the links. Did it have a fun name to it? What was it called, your little golf article? Did you have a fun name?
It was just Masters previewing best bets. That's all. And it didn't go good. It did not go. I'm happy for Rory. I don't know if you guys watched it all, but it was just an awesome day of golf on Sunday. It was so cool to see the emotion that he just let out at the end. It was pretty awesome. My bets did not go well, but I'll have another one up tomorrow for the Heritage in good old Harbortown. Another signature event. So that'll be up tomorrow.
We had to think of some kind of Fargo's Fairway or something.
I was just thinking that what's an F word that Fargo's Fairway forecast.
Doug's got his baseball bits, and he had his basketball bites or whatever he had going on. He had fun little chip shots or some nonsense. I don't know, Or he might take that. Well, Chip could come in with chip shots. That'd be a good one for Chip to do. But Doug had something for we got to think of a fun little wordplay name for us here on the golf on the links.
Fargo's Fairway forecast. I like it.
There you go. That's a mouthful. Don't drink. Don't drink and try to say that one 3 times fast.
Triple F.
All right, everybody. Listen, we covered the playing games. We're going to come back tomorrow and do the playing games again for tomorrow night. We'll go over again the Saturday games a little bit. We just kind of touched on the series if you're going to get down on anything early, which is good and bad at times. Right? If you're like a dog, I kind of say wait it out a little bit unless it's the dog everybody's already bet already and it's come down. But in most cases, the line will go up because people are going to bet the favorites in these cases. But hit the like button on the way out. Lean on the Hawks. Lean on the Grizzlies. Premium plays up from both of these gentlemen in the NBA tonight. Go get them at gamblersworld.net. But there's the best bet for you right there. $279 season NBA playoff pass. You don't want to miss it. Again, all the way through June. Every NBA play for you covered at gamblersworld.net. For Matt, Brian, myself, have a good Tuesday. Good luck, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.